AM 560. The answer.
So, it's very interesting. People send me things. There's an organization called the U.S. Democrat Socialists. Hey, morons, where is your big success story? Hey, you imbecile, moron, socialist, Marxist, and communist. Where is your big success story? And they have pictures of Donald Trump with, I believe, Ivanka, with the innuendo he's a pedophile. You mean like your principals in your public school systems from coast to coast? You mean like all of the people that finance the Democrat Party, like Reid Hoffman in the Epstein files, like the Pritzkers, like just name anybody that all the Democrat liaisons directly in the Epstein files. And it's funny when they try to give an innuendo about Donald Trump being a pedophile. I thought you were mad he was banging Stormy Daniels. Right? She was a full-grown, aging hooker. That's like renting an old horse. However, now all of a sudden he's a pedophile, he's this, he's that. But one thing's for certain. Wherever your philosophy is, and I mean wherever it is, it's poverty, destruction, and corruption. And you know how it ends? When you finally absolutely can't even turn the fracking lights on.
Cuba's electrical grid suffering a total collapse today, leaving millions of people without power. Tonight, state-owned media reporting power has been restored to 5% of Havana's residents.
5%? These imbeciles just got phones, 20 years ago? Ooh, look at you. A dunghole. Yet, it didn't stop every Democrat from touting so-called successes. Now, I've actually been to Cuba. And every moron who believes in the philosophy, the sad thing is, it's too late now because we're going to make it great again. However, they should have been forced to go live in these dunghole prison islands like Cuba. But they only went to visit, and they got the Potemkin tour like that fat pig Michael Moore.
Do you have good health care? Lately, I've heard that we Americans get terrible care, that in Canada, Britain, even in Cuba, people get much better care. Hello? In his new hit documentary, Sicko, Michael Moore takes some sick Americans to Cuba.
I'm on the way to Cuba, where all is happy.
Check out the music he plays in the movie.
Cuba, where all is gay.
All is happy and gay?
Actually, not everybody is happy, and not everyone is gay. It's one of the poorest countries in the world. Having said that, they've done a few things right.
Moore's movie claims socialized medicine, that is, government-run medicine, is great. And it's...
He's an idiot. And if you've ever known anybody who was Cuban or had family in Cuba, they had to bring their own fracking sheets and medication when they went to the hospital, primarily to die, because the doctors haven't read medical books that were printed after 1957. But it didn't stop one American communist suckhole from promoting the propaganda of communism.
You were asking me about Cuba because we just did a show in Cuba, and you said that I had no contact with anyone in the Cuban government, but you've actually interviewed Raul Castro. Mm-hmm. Did you ever meet Fidel Castro?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
So you've met both the Castros, and what's your feeling? Because people now, I heard talks today, may have halted temporarily, but do you think that this is something, is there going to be real change in Cuba?
Oh, there's certainly going to be real change in Cuba, and with that, and separate and apart from the Castros, I think that, as you saw, the Cuban people have, incredible spirit, incredible intelligence, incredible, and very bright. Among the positive things that the revolution brought were, literacy.
Mm-hmm. By the way, the predictions of what Cuba, now that they can't turn on the frickin' lights, they have nothing. They're drinking water out of their shoe, pretending it's soup.
And so with access that will increase, being able to talk to the world and
Give
so
me some
on,
of
I think
that
it's going to be
soup. It's
a
delicious.
very exciting change, and what they can bring to us culturally is going to be very exciting. So this archaic...
Communism is very exciting. You, too, will develop your palate to enjoy hot water in your shoe as you pretend it's soup.
Embargo, which... and really was a blockade, because for a ship to come to the States, it had to be 6 months after it had gone to Cuba. So nothing could really go to Cuba.
Economics by Sean Penn. son of a communist, grandson of a communist, a full-out communist who, if it wasn't for corruption in Hollywood, he'd be too stupid to get a job at the airport.
Because it wasn't cost efficient, so come here. So all of those things will change, and you'll have this magic population as part of the bigger world. And
really?
so, yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to it.
Really? When's that magic population get here? Because as of right now, they can't turn the fragging lights on, stupid.
With several hospitals across the island. This is Cuba's third major blackout in the past 4 months. Cuba uses oil to generate electricity, but
Cuba, let's think about that. Cuba uses oil to generate electricity. So you mean they don't have electricity? They just have diesel generators? They don't have electricity! You frickin' morons.
Months ago, President Trump instituted a fuel blockade, promising stiff tariffs on any country selling or providing oil to Cuba. This comes as the president today said he'll soon have the honor of taking Cuba. His word.
We're taking it, and we're going to bring you right up to civilization.
I do believe I'll be having the honor of taking Cuba. That'd be good. That's a big honor.
Taking Cuba.
Taking Cuba in some form, yeah. Taking Cuba. I mean, whether I free it, take it, I think I could do anything I want with it. You want to know?
This is good news for the Cuban people who used to have to sell their daughters and their wives to tourists. To watch it with your own eyes, kind of bring you the reality of what this philosophy delivers. Everything's a ghetto.